with winds up to 250 km/h, 155 mph. Hurricane Milton was one of the most powerful storms to hit the U.S. in decades. It tore through Florida, forcing millions to evacuate. But what makes a hurricane so destructive? And how did Milton get so strong so fast? Stick with us and find out how this natural phenomenon works and why it's becoming more frequent. In October 2024, Hurricane Milton hit Florida, leaving devastation in its wake. This was one of the most intense hurricanes in recent years, and its destructive path put authorities and scientists on high alert. But how does a hurricane like Milton form and gain so much power in such a short time? Today, we're diving into the details of how these monsters of nature work and what made Milton one of the most devastating storms in history. How hurricanes form and gain strength. To understand Hurricane Milton, we first need to know how hurricanes form. It all starts with the temperature of the ocean water. When tropical waters hit temperatures of 26.5 degrees or higher, the process of evaporation increases, creating large amounts of moisture in the air. This warm, moist air rises, meeting cooler layers of the atmosphere, where the vapor condenses into storm clouds. This continuous cycle of evaporation, rising air, condensation releases a huge amount of heat. This heat fuels the storm, and the warmer the ocean, the stronger the storm can get. This is how the basic structure of a hurricane is formed, with winds swirling around a low-pressure center, known as the eye of the hurricane. In Milton's case, these winds reached a staggering 250 km/h, 155 mph, making it a Category 5 storm, the highest and most destructive on the Saffir-Simpson scale. As the hurricane grows, it organizes its winds into a circular pattern, spinning around the calm center, or eye, which can be relatively peaceful with clear skies. But surrounding the eye are the storm's most dangerous features, the eye wall, where the most intense winds and rain occur. The sudden, explosive growth of Milton. What shocked meteorologists about Hurricane Milton was how quickly it intensified. In less than 24 hours, it jumped from a Category 2 to a Category 5, a rare occurrence in hurricane history. This explosive growth was fueled by unusually warm waters in the Gulf of Mexico, which reached record highs of 32 degrees 89.6 degrees. This extra heat provided fuel for Milton to gain strength rapidly. Hurricanes like Milton rely on ocean temperatures and humidity to grow. The hotter the water, the more energy the storm absorbs. This leads to stronger winds and denser storm clouds, increasing the storm's destructive power. Milton's destruction in Florida. On the night of October 9, 2024, Milton made landfall in Florida as a Category 3 hurricane, but the destruction was severe. Winds up to 205 km/h, 127 mph were recorded as it hit the coast near Siesta Key, and even after it weakened. The storm caused widespread damage. More than 1.1 million people lost power, and authorities reported homes destroyed by tornadoes spun off from the hurricane. The evacuation was one of the largest in Florida since Hurricane Irma in 2017, with over 5.9 million people forced to leave their homes. Roads became jammed, gas stations ran dry, and chaos spread across much of Florida, especially in Tampa, Fort Myers, and Naples, which suffered some of the worst impacts. The hurricane also triggered coastal surges up to 3 meters 10 feet in several areas, particularly around Tampa Bay, causing catastrophic flooding that wiped out properties and made rescue efforts difficult. 125 homes were completely destroyed within hours of the storm's landfall, and reports indicated that tornadoes caused multiple deaths in St. Lucie County, the most devastating hurricanes in history. While Hurricane Milton caused massive destruction in 2024, it's not the first to leave behind this kind of devastation. Over the years, other hurricanes have also left their mark. Let's take a look at some of the most destructive. Galveston Hurricane 1900, the deadliest hurricane in U.S. history. It hit Texas in September 1900 with winds up to 225 km/h, 140 mph, and destroyed the city of Galveston. An estimated 6,000 to 12,000 people lost their lives. The storm surge flooded the city and destroyed 7,000 buildings, revealing the vulnerability of coastal areas. Hurricane Mitch 1998, one of the deadliest hurricanes in the Atlantic. Mitch struck Central America in October 1998 as a Category 5 storm. It caused 11,000 deaths and wiped out much of the infrastructure in Honduras and Nicaragua, mostly due to flooding and landslides. Hurricane Katrina 2005 Katrina is remembered as one of the most devastating hurricanes of the 21st century. It hit the U.S. with winds of up to 280 km (H174 mph), causing massive flooding in New Orleans after levees failed. The disaster led to 1,800 deaths and $125 billion in economic losses. The inadequate response from authorities was heavily criticized, leading to changes in disaster response systems. Hurricane Maria 2017 Maria devastated Puerto Rico in September 2017, causing over 3,000 deaths, with winds of up to 250 km (H155 mph). The hurricane wiped out the island's infrastructure, leaving millions without power for months. The damage exceeded $90 billion, making it one of the most expensive hurricanes in recent history. Hurricane Andrew 1992, a Category 5 storm, Andrew tore through southern Florida in August 1992. It caused 65 deaths and left 175,000 people homeless, destroying 63,000 homes. The economic impact was massive, with damage totaling over $27 billion. Each of these hurricanes left behind death and destruction, and Hurricane Milton, with its explosive growth and devastating winds, now joins this list of historic storms. Why are hurricanes getting stronger? Milton is a clear example of a troubling trend. Scientists have been warning for years that climate change is making hurricanes stronger and more unpredictable. Record heat in the oceans, driven by global warming, is creating the perfect conditions for hurricanes like Milton to intensify rapidly. While the total number of hurricanes might not be increasing, the proportion of high-category storms, Category 4 or 5, is growing. This means that although there may not be more storms, the ones that do form much more powerful, as we saw with both Milton and Helene, which hit the region just days earlier. If you want to stay informed about natural disasters like Hurricane Milton and how they're connected to climate change, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. We've got more content coming to help you stay safe and understand the world around us. Hurricanes like Milton and Helene show us that we're entering a new era of tropical storms. As climate change intensifies these events, they're becoming more violent and unpredictable. Knowing how they form and how to prepare is essential. Stay safe, and we'll see you in the next video.